All right, this question continues to come up now that we're in summer. It hasn't started, we're in summer. The question continues to come up of, Omar, what are your favorite trails to run in Denver? So we're gonna jump right into it with number one, Mount Falcon. This is an advanced route for runners, so I do wanna make that disclaimer up front. It is a 4 mile up, 4 mile down, 1,800 feet total of elevation gain. It's steep, it's technical, it's super dark. When the sun isn't up, it's kind of creepy. It is my favorite route to do. I've done it hundreds of times, but that's why it hits number one. But you have such great views. Once you get to the top, once you hit that west trailhead, if you follow me on Instagram or on Strava, you will probably have seen this route many, many times. And also, for those that are looking for the specific routes and want to save the maps, check out my Strava. There is a link in the description that has everything on there. So typically all of my trail runs are labeled power because the three types of runs that I do are base, power, and speed. So anything power or long would be in the mountains. Majority of those runs are going to be power. Sometimes it'll be long if it's like a 15 plus, but for the purpose of this video, just go to my Strava, search power, you will see all of these routes here. So number one, Mount Falcon, 8 miles, 1,800 feet of gain, 4 miles up, 4 miles down, super sick. Number two, Apex to the Enchanted Forest. This one is super cool. You've probably seen a ton of Insta360 footage on my Instagram here where I'm running and the camera's behind me going down the Enchanted Forest. This is one for the summer because in the winter, fall, and spring, there's a ton of ice. I have slipped once super bad on my shoulder on the Enchanted Forest. It is covered, so that snow and ice typically takes a long time to defrost. So that is a summer-only route for me. Very similar to Falcon, but it is a lot easier. It's not as steep. It's a nice slow grind on the way up. You can get about 3.5 miles up, 3.5 miles down, so roughly 7 to 8 miles, just depending on what route you take. And that is Apex going up, and you're taking the Enchanted Forest down. One thing to keep in mind with this route is that, I forgot if it's odd days or even days. I believe on the odd days, I'm probably wrong. On the odd days, runners can go down the Enchanted Forest. On the even days, bikers can go down the Enchanted Forest. I don't have it in front of me this second as I record this video, but check that out. People break the rules. I'm not advising for that. So please check ahead if it's odd or even for runners. Number three, South Table Mountain. This is the number one trail that I always recommend for beginners. It is a steady climb at the beginning. It's about 500 feet of gain to get to the very top, and then you are at the top of South Table Mountain. There's a ton of different routes that you can take. You can do 13, 14, 15, 20 miles up there if you want. But the route that I take, usually I'll put it under, this one will be under base just because it's such minimal elevation gain. But it's essentially a couple switchbacks on the way up. Once you get to the top, it's straight end all the way to the end of South Table. And there's like a little loop, finish the loop, and you come back down. It kind of looks like a lollipop if you're looking at it from like a bird's eye view. But South Table is one of the best routes to do for beginners, or if you just need to get a ton of miles with not a lot of elevation gain and you want to be on the trails versus on the roads, which I totally get, check out South Table. That is my go-to for just like volume with minimal damage to the body. Route number four, which I've done hundreds of times as well. This is probably number two for my second favorite route to do. It's Green Mountain. I love Green Mountain. I start at the Utah parking lot, I believe it's called, not the one off of the highway. I start on the south end of Green Mountain. And the reason why is because I hate starting trails where you like start and you just start climbing. Like, it's hard to warm up. Like, give me at least a mile to open up, so then I can do those uphills efficiently versus like gritting through them, right? There's like a big difference between powering through everything just because like it's the macho thing to do versus like giving your body grace, and performing well. And I think Green Mountain really does that perfectly by starting in that parking lot on the south end of the trail, or the mountain per se. The route that you'll see me do the most on Green Mountain is an 8-mile loop. Or it's an 8-mile loop. It's about 1,300 feet of climbing. Around mile 3.1, 3.2, I call it the kicker. It's just like this quick little stinger that goes for about 3 to 4 minutes. It's where people come. If you're going to the parking lot off the highway and you're doing that climb right away, it's right where the kicker is. That first 3.5 miles getting to the kicker, just rolling hills. We're floating, baby. We're getting that blood flow into the legs. It's amazing. So you do this kicker at about 3.1, 3.2, float for another mile, and then you have Box of Rocks. Box of Rocks is about 1.2 miles of a steady climb, 500 feet. Then you're at the top, you hook a right, smooth sailings for the rest of the route. So you'll see that on my Strava. It's under power. So it's great. I would say, like, if you had stack rank these 4, beginner, South Table, roughly 700 feet of gain total. Intermediate, Green Mountain, 1,300 feet, 8 miles loop. Mount Falcon, our bad boy, 8 miles, 4 miles up, 4 miles down, 1,800 feet of gain. And for number 5, we still got one more trail here, so stay with me. North Table, Mesa Top Loop. So North Table is right next to South Table, just on the other side of the Coors Brewery. This one I love and I hate for different reasons. One, I love because North Table is my go-to place for my long run. So I have this 15.3 mile loop that I do there that I'm able to just, like, if I want to go fast, I can just, like, go fast. I hate it because I've seen rattlesnakes there. That is the one place that I see the most rattlesnakes. I am not a rattlesnake guy. I don't anticipate being one. I don't like them. They don't like me. It's literally that time of year where they're coming out. Not looking forward to it. But the long route that I do there doesn't open till July. So keep that in mind. If you do go to my Strava and you see, like, the 15, 16 mile loop that I do at North Table on Strava, please note that they only open that section for that specific route in July. Everything else, the Mesa Top Loop, you can do, it's a 7-mile run. You can start in the parking lot and do that straight hill, do your loop and come down. Or what I would prefer, similar to what I was saying with Green Mountain, go to the left. Like, go to the end of the parking lot and take that trail. It's just like rolling hills. Make your way to the top, do a loop, and then you come down the steep end, bringing you back to the parking lot. That's what I would do. Everyone says, well, I just want to get it out of the way. And I get that. But you're power hiking, which has its benefits as well, too. So it just depends. Maybe you do one way going up the steep hill and one way up the rolling hills. I don't want to be dogmatic and say you have to go one way, because there is no one way. It's trail running. You're supposed to be, like, doing whatever feels good. That's the whole point of being in nature. But those are my go-tos. I mean, South Table, North Table, Green, Apex, Falcon. Those are 5 trails, 5 mountains that are literally, as where I'm at right now, 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the mountain, that way. Like, it's right there. You can get most of your training, whether you're training for the Colfax Half or even Leadville 100, whatever it may be. 95 to 99% of what you need is right there. I want to use the right word for this next thing I'm about to say, because I don't want to sound dogmatic or judgmental, because I'm not judgmental when it comes to people trying. I think everybody should train the way that feels right for them. I also believe that people overcomplicate training all the time. And it's just like, training is supposed to be fun. Training is supposed to be empowering. Training is supposed to be something that doesn't bring stress to your life. It's supposed to be like, I'm doing this because I love it. And I'm always shocked when people feel that they need, and I used to be this way, trust me, I used to be this way. I'm always shocked when people feel like they need to go super far out and need to do super high mileage in a day, or like I need to be training above 10,000. It's like, if you're kind of like, it's like people that will take supplements but then have a shitty diet. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? And so that's as far as I'll go on my soapbox. There's so much great stuff right in our backyard, great people. And also think about this. If you're closer, more of your friends can come with. That's such an easier sell than, hey, let's go drive to blah, 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 4 hours out, 3 hours out, and go run 10 miles. That's a tough sell. So anyways, that's why I wanted to make this video. I feel like there's so much great stuff near us. I love living here, and I just want to continue to share some of the best things that I've learned as a trail runner, because trail running can be intimidating, especially as a beginner. So there's also a link at the bottom of this video if you want to get more details on the routes themselves. That just goes to my website. You can check it out. And as I mentioned, there's also a link to my Strava profile. So if you do want to see all of the details of each route, that link is in the description. Check it out. If you like this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. Or if you know somebody that's getting into trail running and you think that this video or the article would be beneficial for them, it would mean a ton to me if you shared this with them. So thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.